What's good, everybody? I'm Kylan, and this is my beautiful wife,
Takara.
And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So, recently in season 2, in one of our episodes, I talked about how I love thought-provoking conversations of depth that we're able to expound upon and have these great thought sessions. And how that's something that I always love that I'm able to do with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided, why not start to share these philosophical sessions of ours? So that is what we'll be doing through this series of videos. And with this one, we're starting with a question that I actually just thought of as I was sitting here right before recording. That's true.
It is true. I have no idea what you're about to say.
The question I have is, do you feel that people are born with their personalities or do they develop over time?
I think it's definitely both. They are born with their personality because we see that with ourselves. We talked about this. We've talked about a lot because I just said that, and we just did a relationship check-in, and yeah. I said we talked about this before, and I'm noticing that. Are y'all watching our episodes? Because we have talked about a lot. And one of the things is this, that, you're different than your siblings, and like we're different than our siblings. Our kids are different than each other, but yet we were raised by the same parents. And so I think that alone shows that we definitely are born with our personalities. And then it does also develop. So it's like that whole nature versus nurture. And so being born, that's the nature. And then however you are raised and your environment and all the things that you encounter throughout life is the nurture. And that shapes you and creates, pieces of your personality. What do you think?
I think I like that.
You think you like that?
I think I like that. I think I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I would say to that is, I definitely feel like we come here with a core, for sure, but I feel it's more so a blank slate. And it's all developmental. I feel like even when we see the babies come into the world, they all have the same base blank slate. Okay. And they may look around, they cry, the typical types of things. But the forming of their actual personality starts when they start to interact with their environment, in what their environment is like for them, and what the circumstances surrounding that are. Because there are some babies who will have a sort of, like recently I just saw a reel or whatever on Instagram, little video. The baby was thoroughly annoyed by the doctor trying to get him to cry after it just came out.
Yeah.
And that's wild. But also, it was a reaction to the stimulus. Now, the other babies, absolutely. It will still, whatever the choice is of their personality, is still reactionary. They decide how they're going to react to whatever the stimulus is in that moment. So I feel like
I get what you said, but at the same time I don't get the difference in what you're saying.
The difference is you feel like we start out with a personality, Like
Yeah.
we
And you're saying that it depends
like
on
it also
what they react to?
yes. I feel like it's all developmental. I feel like everything we're all the sum of our circumstances, our environment, and how we choose to spend our time.
Yeah, but
And
why you look like that? Well, did y'all see that? Because why you hit me with that look? I wanted to clarify what you're saying, like, because I'm still, the butt is. Oh, let me get it. The butt is how they react. Still, okay, how I react to something is different than how you react to something because of our personality. So, and you said that.
But still, it's like I said, it's something we have to learn and figure out. It's like even still with babies, like as they are babies, they have to decide whether something's funny. Do I laugh at this or do I cry at this?
Yeah.
Is this terrifying to me?
Okay.
Is this actually pretty hilarious? And they don't know. They're figuring it out in the moment. They don't know.
I get it. But I just feel like there's such an argument to it. Because, there are babies that, just crack up. They don't need to ask anybody's permission to laugh. Everything's just so funny.
Exactly.
Because that's who they are.
Because they decide in that moment, they've never seen this before. But as they're looking at it, they decide, oh no, this is hilarious, actually. I think this is really funny.
Yeah.
Whereas other babies will look at you and just, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And then other babies will look at the same thing and start bawling their eyes out.
Yeah, and so I'm saying that that's because the personality that they're born with. And you're saying what?
It's them figuring out how they want to react to any given stimulus. So it's all developmental. It all happens in the moment as opposed to a base personality. And they're just building upon that base. I feel like it's literally, they're getting their personality piece by piece through every interaction, through everything they're seeing, through the thought processes starting to happen from the moment they're born. And I feel like it continues along that trajectory through life. Because the person I am now is not the person I was 10 years ago.
Right.
And the person I was 10 years before that. Like, constant change and evolution of the personality.
Yeah.
Like, even though that I feel like there is a core, I feel like even that core personality was something that had to develop over the years into where I am now, where I feel rooted in myself and have an understanding of self because I've developed self. I've chosen what my identity is, as opposed to it's like,
I don't know, that's tough.
The perceived parental perceptions of you, like they would often say they know you best. They know exactly who you are because this is how you came into the world. But that baby that came into the world, they don't have the same personality as a full-grown adult. Even as a child or a preteen or a teen, all of them have different core personalities due to their life experiences. So I feel like that's more of the mindset of the development of personality as opposed to always present form of personality being in place.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Somehow I it really kind of switched it up. It somewhat relates, but it made me
Oh boy.
it made me think about just what we look like looks. So obviously, yeah, looks, because you're born you, right? But then if you compare like this me to my baby picture, like that.
I'm just trying to figure out where you're going with this.
You give me a look again.
I'm just trying to figure out where you're going with this.
I mean, I don't even know if I know where I'm going, but I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm trying to say, like, you are who you are, right? Like, we have no idea, like, oh, I wonder what they're going to look like. And then that, like, continues throughout life. And that is not really shaped by... I mean, I guess it could be. Like,
absolutely.
If something, yeah.
Absolutely.
Dang, I didn't even think about that. Because,
Absolutely.
like, there, you know, sometimes you can look at somebody like, dang, you lived a hard life. And so that happens. And I wasn't thinking that. I was just more so focusing on the fact that, like, you can't, like, we don't fully know, like, what our baby girls, like, what they're going to look like in their 20s or 30s, you know? Mm-hmm. And so, but whatever they look like, they were born to look like that.
And the argument I have with that to counter that is that's not even necessarily true. Even more so nowadays, because it's still the same thing. It's all dependent upon your personality that develops and your environment and the circumstances around your life. Because you can grow up in a particular area, mm-hmm. and that will influence your particular style, your particular choice of how you choose to present yourself to the mm-hmm. world. Whether you decide to be more Wall Street and wear your hair short and cropped and very well groomed and manicured and wear suits all the time, whereas someone else in a more tropical area will decide to wear shorts and short sleeves. They would never want to put on a suit.
Yeah.
All of these factors choose how they choose to be, and then take into account even more so personality as opposed to environment. You may decide, I wore my hair long my entire life because that's what was expected. And then they cut all their hair off because they always hated having long hair and now they want something different. Or the people that choose to do body modifications. That's happening even more so now, mm-hmm. where they decide to completely alter what their original features were.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
How does it not count? Because that person, the way they look now,
because they did that themselves. Same thing with clothes. Like clothes, like, you know, I get what you're saying, absolutely.
And even still, it also goes into factors, not just clothes, not body modifications, but many factors, even with choice of hair, how you choose to wear your hair, because I could look entirely different right now. I'm choosing to have a full beard.
I think we can talk about weight. Because
some people could be naturally more fit. Others could be more average. Others could be the opposite end of the spectrum. All of these things are choices and genetics and environment.
Yeah.
So all of these things are still, you just never know.
Yeah, everything shapes us, literally.
Yeah, for sure.
It all plays a part, and it all just comes together.
Yeah, it does.
That's super interesting.
For sure. Yeah, so I say this has been a very interesting first episode of our philosophical session.
Yeah, that's fun. And you know what? I can't wait till it gets a little more like. Well, this was good because you were giving me some looks, but I'm saying like when it gets to the point where like, man, like you need to replay. Like if you could have just heard exactly what you said, and now you'll be able to hear exactly what you said. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh man, that's fun.
Right?
You would.
I would.
You absolutely.
You just said it was fun. So sounds like you would too.
That is one of the reasons I married you.
What part?
Who knows? You may find out.
What? I already found out. I just was asking for them, but and me. I guess that is true. I already found out. But what are you talking about at this very second? Now he's playing games.
She's gotta love the intrigue, man. Keeps her on her toes. So as always, everybody,
Stay well and prosper.
Peace.